New York never truly sleeps, but some hearts do. On a rainy autumn night, the city looked blurred, as if even the lights were tired of shining. Ethan Walker sat by his apartment window on the 18th floor, watching raindrops race each other down the glass. He had everything people dream of: fame, money, recognition. Yet every night, he felt the same hollow silence. Because success cannot replace the one person your soul chose. Ethan was 36 now. A celebrated novelist whose words had traveled the world. Readers called his writing raw, painfully beautiful, honest. What they didn't know was that every sentence was written with the memory of one woman. Lena Morrison. He met her when he was 23, young, unsure, and full of hope. That day, the city was loud, the cafe overcrowded, and Ethan was late for a meeting he didn't even care about. He had opened his notebook, trying to write something meaningful, when a soft voice interrupted his thoughts. "Sorry, is this seat taken?" He looked up, and forgot how to breathe. Lena stood there with a camera hanging from her neck, rain still clinging to her coat. Her eyes weren't loud, they were calm, deep, observant, as if she had lived several lives already. "No," he said quickly. "Please." That single word changed everything. They didn't fall in love instantly. They grew into it. First came conversations, then comfort, then silence that didn't feel awkward. Lena talked about light, how photography wasn't about images, but about emotions frozen in time. Ethan talked about words, how stories were scars turned into art. They met again, and again. Soon, the cafe became their place. Months passed. Love arrived quietly. They spent nights walking through the city, sharing cheap pizza on rooftops, arguing about books, laughing about nothing. Ethan wrote with more honesty than ever before. Lena's photographs began winning small exhibitions. They were building something real. But reality has a cruel habit of testing love. Lena's dream was bigger than New York. When an international photography project offered her a chance to travel across Europe, it felt unreal. Paris, Rome, Berlin. Opportunity knocked once. Ethan smiled for her, supported her, encouraged her. Inside, he was terrified. "I don't want to lose us," he whispered one night. "We won't," she promised. Love doesn't disappear because of distance. They believed that. Distance didn't break them immediately. Time did. Video calls became shorter, messages slower. Misunderstandings grew where trust once lived. Ethan buried himself in writing. Lena drowned in deadlines and exhaustion. One night, an argument exploded, small words carrying years of unsaid fear. "Maybe we're holding each other back," Lena said, tears streaming. And just like that, something broke. They never officially ended it. They just stopped trying. Ethan waited. Lena stayed silent. Years passed like pages turning too fast. Ethan's career rose. Interviews, awards, applause. Yet his apartment felt empty. He dated, but never loved. Every woman felt like a shadow of someone else. Lena became famous abroad. Her photographs told stories of loneliness, distance, and longing. Critics admired her depth, never knowing she lived inside her own grief. Then life struck harder. Lena collapsed during an exhibition in Milan. A rare heart condition. Years of quiet struggle, surgeries, medication, fear. She thought of Ethan every night. But she never reached out. "I won't let him watch me die," she told herself. 10 years later, she returned to New York, not as the fearless girl who left, but as a woman who had survived too much. And she wrote one email. Ethan read it at midnight. His hands shook. His heart remembered how to beat. When they met again, time stood still. They didn't run into each other's arms. They didn't cry immediately. They just stood there, two people facing the love they never buried. "You look different," Ethan said softly. "So do you," Lena replied. "But your eyes, they're the same." They talked for hours. About pain. About silence. About choices they thought were right. Then Lena told him the truth. About her illness. About her fear. About why she disappeared. Ethan didn't speak. He just held her hand. And for the first time in 10 years, he allowed himself to cry. Love returned, not loudly, but honestly. This time, they didn't make promises about forever. They promised presence. Days became precious. Every morning felt like a gift. Ethan wrote less, lived more. Lena photographed moments she once ignored, hands intertwined, sunlight on skin, quiet smiles. One winter morning, Lena's condition worsened. Hospital rooms replaced cafes. Ethan never left her side. "If I lose you again," he whispered, "I don't know who I'll be." Lena smiled weakly. "Then remember me. Live fully. That will be my forever." She survived. Not perfectly, not easily, but love gave her strength medicine couldn't. Years later, Ethan published his final novel. Not about loss, but about waiting. On the last page, he wrote, "Some loves are not meant to be fast. They are meant to survive time, silence, and fear. Just to prove they are real." On the Brooklyn Bridge, older now, Ethan and Lena stood together, watching the city glow. Time had tested them, life had wounded them, but love had stayed. And sometimes, that is